before it, TV. The world is thinking.
So there's an age-old complaint from marketers that half of my ad dollars get wasted. The problem is I don't know which half. They don't know, where the waste goes. And so earlier we talked about the online identity template that we all have filled out. So everyone who raised our hands, we've shared all this information about ourselves so that we can connect with friends. Well, all of that information can also be used by advertisers. That's how Facebook makes money. I mean, there's no free lunch. We don't pay to use Facebook. They make money through the ads. And so here is the Facebook ad creation wizard. Any of you can go to it. I would have demoed it, but the internet isn't working, unfortunately. But it's at facebook.com/ads. And basically you can go through and you can specify who you want to target. In the past, marketers were extremely constrained because all they could do was target the what and the where of their message. So what their message said and perhaps where it showed up based on which publishing site or which ad network you chose. The key question was who. You couldn't control the who of whom was viewing your ad, but now you can. Now as a marketer you can go through and specify, again, based on every single thing you fill out on your profile. If you sell Christian books and music, why show an ad to someone who is Muslim? They're not going to buy your book. They're probably not going to buy your music. Why don't you just show it to people who say that they're Christian? Similarly, if you sell pet food, like this example up here, why show an ad to someone like me? I don't have a pet. I mean, I think they're great, but I'm never going to buy pet food because I'm not a pet owner. So now you can target people who specify that they love dogs or they're a cat owner or they have a ferret and show them specific ads that are meant for them. And they'll appreciate it more too because it doesn't feel like spam if you click on it. It doesn't feel like spam if it feels like it's personalized and relevant to you. And so on and so forth. So whatever business you're in, if you're targeting a CIO, if you're targeting someone who likes to play golf, if you're targeting men at a specific location and a specific age group, you can do that. It is extremely powerful. And what this lets us do is it lets us minimize wasted ads and it lets us minimize spam. Because for me, when I see an ad for pet food, I think that's spam. For me, when I see an ad for golf clubs, I think that's spam because it's not for me. But now I share in my profile what I like. And people can start to target things that are just for me. And I'll appreciate that. And I'll probably click on it. And some of the time, I'll buy it. What this lets us do, too, is tap into this notion of latent demand. Latent demand is demand for a product or service that is there, but you didn't know was there until you saw it. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store. This is a perfect analogy. If you go to the grocery store, you have your shopping list of milk and eggs. Milk and eggs are akin to your active demand. It's what you have, you go to the store with the intention of buying. It's similar in the online world to what you would search for in Google because you know you want milk and eggs. But you go to the store and you end up buying milk and eggs, but you also buy ice cream and a magazine. Because when you saw those items or when you saw that they were on sale, that tapped into your latent demand. Well, in the online world, in the past, it was cost prohibitive for anybody except for the largest brands to try to tap into latent demand because you'd have to show ads to so many people. But with hyper-targeting, now you can show ads to very specific people. We had a small budget for promoting my book, but it became a bestseller in part because we knew that people who were 18 probably wouldn't buy my book. People who worked in construction probably wouldn't buy my book. We knew that people who were in technology and who were in sales and marketing and recruiting and product development, those were the people who would buy my book, and those were the only people that I paid to show ads to. And this works for whatever industry, because any industry we're in, we want to target. And even for industries like, I don't know, like cereal or toilet paper where you're targeting everybody, you still might want to show a different message to each group so that it feels personal for them. And so it's a revolution in marketing, and it really helps us start to answer that question of why do half of my ad dollars get wasted? Well, we're starting to minimize that waste.